Hey dreamers, this is Jade. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am here for another journal with me session, and here I am finally getting down my April faves. Actually, I shouldn't say finally. This video has been recorded for a couple months now, and I'm just now getting to editing it and everything like that. So yeah, anyway, I'm starting by putting down some watercolor. It's like some ink sprays, but they're dilutions, so it's really very pigmented, and as you can see, it's a mess. And now I'm going in with like a turquoise color, and I'm doing the same thing. And so what I've noticed is I like this method. However, I need to do a better job with it. So I definitely will have to probably go through and watch other people's techniques to get a better, to get like more control over how I'm putting the color down when I do it this way, because this just looks like a whole mess right here. But you know what, I didn't feel like doing it over again, and I was like, I'm just gonna go with it, and it is what it is. So yeah, hopefully next time I do this method, I will have a better handle on it, because I do like it, as I said, but this is just an absolute mess. But we're going to go with it. I wanted to use that hot pink because one of the images that I'm going to use on the other side is a picture of Ed Sheeran. He has like pink clothing on or something, so I just kind of wanted to match that. So yeah, that's why I used that really bright pink, and then I wanted like an accent color, so I used the turquoise. But yeah, anyway, I have used the ransom letters to spell out April faves. I really loved the way that this looks with the ransom letters. I have really gotten into it lately. So yeah, I do use them often, and I love it. And here, back in April, I'm getting down my April faves as far as first I'm starting off with the TV and movies that I watch, and I like to highlight three things that I or a few things depending on what I have, as far as materials that I'm using. I like to highlight a few things that I watched, and that I like the most throughout the month, and then I'll just write the entire list down of my watch list for the month. And so I'm getting that ready, and this is just a what do you call it, one of those film strips, and this is by 49 in Market. I do like them because they sell like packs of film strips. This one was in purple. I have some that are like white. I have some that are black, and I just love it because it's right there. It's what I need. I can fit my pictures to it, and it's fine. And so here I'm pulling out some stamps just to put a little TV down, and I think like watch list or watching or something like that. The only thing is, as I said, because the colors are so messy and stuff and dark, it's kind of hard to see stuff. So I did, yeah, I think yeah, I God, can I talk? I put down a TV here, but it's a little hard to see because of, like I said, all of the color that's going on there. So yeah, and then I'm just putting down some washi tape here. So I stamped out a TV, and I stamped out the word watching. As I said, it's a little difficult to see. I can see it because I'm looking at it like in my journal. And then I decided to write my watch list in, because that the color is so bold and bright, with my white gel pen, and it looks good kinda, but then I decide later that I don't like it so much. So I end up going over it with like black ink, and as I said, I can see it, but just for the purposes of the video, I feel like it all turned out like a little bit of a mess. So I was kind of all over the place with this watch list and everything like that. So what I was watching one of them days, I finally watched that, which is a movie with Keke Palmer and SZA. It's kind of like a girls' Friday or whatever, and I do believe what's my girl, Issa Rae, I do believe she was the director or producer or something like that. So it made sense. It was really funny, but I was totally pissed at SZA's character. If you know, you know. Kind of like how the Smokey character was. They're the one that gets you into all the shit, and you're the one that has to figure it out, type of situation. And then, of course, One Piece, definitely have to put that down. And I was finishing the Thriller Bark arc. Thriller Bark is probably one of my favorite arcs. It's totally like a Scooby-Doo episode, and I just love it. And then I ended up watching my favorite movie, which is King Arthur Legend of the Sword. But anyways, I watched one of them days, Gone Girls. And this was like a documentary about these girls that were being murdered Really sad. Melon Movie, which is a K-drama. Con Mom, that was crazy. Legend of the Sword, Black Mirror. I didn't care for this latest season of Black Mirror. It was like they had maybe 2 or 3 episodes out of the entire season that I liked, and the rest was just like meh. So yeah, anyway, King the Land, I ended up watching King the Land over, and then the last season of You, and the Thriller Bark arc by of One Piece. You was I'm glad he finally I'm glad Joe finally got caught or came to his reckoning or whatever. So because it was a mess. Like Joe, you had your time, okay, but it was time for you to pack it up, pack it in, or whatever. So anyway, moving on to the books that I read. I did highlight the bottom there. I ended up finally reading some Jockwell J. I actually listened to the audiobooks. They had them all on Hoopla of the Capone series, and I listened to them one after the other after the other. This is urban fiction, and I just totally forgot how much I used to love urban fiction, and so I really got into these and enjoyed listening to them. And I do believe around this time, I had been feeling good or something. I feel like there was a hospital visit at some point, and I came home, and this was one of the things I was doing, listening to this audiobook. So yeah. Anyway, moving on. So all the books that I read for the month was in a New York. Okay, I'm gonna go over that when I do my actual flip through of this. And then so now I'm just getting my Receiptify down, which is my playlist for the month. Everything that I was listening to this month. Azizum by Ed Sheeran, and I do believe that's like the correct me if I'm wrong, somebody who's out there listening. I do believe that is the Arabic way to say like darling or sweetheart or something like that. And I just loved it. It's a cute little song. It's very upbeat, very cool. Loved it, and so was listening to that. Basically, that was my most repeated song during the month. And then there, of course, are other ones that, as I said, I'll go through during the flip. So I am just writing down the lyrics, a few of the lyrics to Azizum here, and that will pretty much wrap this up. I may or may not do some like quick little extra. I think I will. Yeah, I add like some quick little extra decoration stickers and stuff like that, and that is pretty much it for this spread here. So I got it done. As I said, not very happy with how I did the color and everything like that, but it's done. It's fine. It's whatever. And hopefully next time I decide to do it this way, I will have a better control over how I'm getting that color down, and it's not so just all over the place and blotchy and whatever. But anyway, that is it for this. If you have any comments or questions about anything, please leave those below. I trust you all have been safe and well, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.